Hey, what's up guys, Fei Yang here. Welcome back to our Neoquest II series. Today, we're going to continue our Lost Desert journey. We rescued the Librarian from the Revenant's boss, and now we're heading back to the Waset village, and we need to talk to the Librarian for the story to proceed. The Librarian is quite crucial to the plot, and my throat is getting a lot better now, feeling a lot better now. So, I think I will just read most of her dialogue. We're back in the village now, and we can just sell all the potions here because we have Vam. Vam is broken, you don't need any potions anymore. Here I think I invest too many points on the melee defense, so I should just focus on the casting haste from now on. Because I have a group shielding of level 13. 11 plus 2 from the weapon, so I should be very fine. Lifira is in the red tent, and if you talk to her family, they will thank you for saving her, but that's not what we're here for. So let's just go straight to her. Well, I've had a little time to rest now. And I want to thank you again, honestly, for rescuing me. I was a bit put out being stuck in that dungeon for 3 days. But I've gotten over it already. I suppose you wouldn't mind knowing what this was all about. Well, we certainly are a bit curious. Lifira nods, and then make a gesture with her hand. The sound of the perpetual sandstorm outside suddenly vanishes, as do the sounds of the village and the words of Moti, the little sister, just across the room. Moti looks upset at being excluded from the conversation. This is a temporary silence ward. It will keep anyone from overhearing us. Well, a silence ward is really just a magical in-character term. You see, I'm not really a lost little girl in some desert village. I know that you are on board on a starship. What? Trapped in the simulation rooms, and I am a computer program, much like the Snow Wager Sentinel program that you have already met. Lifira isn't my proper name too. It's LFRA, which stands for Library Fast Retrieval Archive. The spells that I cast are really information transfer requests that move across the ship's computer. I believe that the Revenants who kidnapped me was just a manifestation of one of the many virus programs that have taken over the computer. Well, we already suspected that all the monsters are just virus programs. So what was the Revenant's purpose? From what I could gather, its purpose was to prevent me from answering data requests from the ship's computer and operating system. Now I'm free, but the data lines are still clogged. That's what this so-called sandstorm is. It's hard for any but the most simple request to get through the system. That's where you come in. The Medallion of Wind is a sub-program that will reset the I/O pods and clear the data lines, but they broke it into 3 pieces and scattered it around the system. You've got 1 piece now. The next one is buried in some old files deep in the data cluster, but I can't find it myself. So how do we find it? Far northwest of here, in game terms, is an oasis in the desert, a pool surrounded by plain palm trees. There you'll find an old crazy hermit. If you tell him the proper access code, he will tell you where to find the second part of the medallion. The code is Alpha 37 Tango Echo 9. She looks each of your party square in the eyes and says gravely, "Good luck. All our fate depends on you retrieving that medallion." Our fate? What do you mean? Lifira signs and says, "Because the people who took control of the ship, after they lock you in the simulation rooms, they set the ship to fly directly into a star. I don't know how long we have left, but as you see, time is of the essence." She rises and ends the silence ward with a sharp gesture. The roar of sandstorm fills your ears again. Go now and good luck. remember all that I have said. So this is the lore bomb, the plot twist of the chapter. And I love it. And I love it how this game constantly reminds you that you are on a spaceship and you are in a simulation. And I like how they link these things together, like the sandstorm is the data clogging, and the Medallion of the Wind and the NPCs are actually just computer programs. Monsters are viruses, which is pretty much like what we suspected back in Chapter 2. I also like how she looked at us dead in the eyes and says, I know that you guys are in a spaceship in a simulation and breaking the fourth wall. And the stakes has never been so high. We're flying towards a star that can kill us all. Bukaru eyes you skeptically. Yeah, what do you want? Who are you? Bukaru says, I don't need to answer your questions. I spent 5 years in the King's army, well, the Marine Corps, actually taking orders, and I don't need any of that. Now I'm a freelance hermit and a dispenser of random wisdom. Why don't you come back when you have something interesting to tell me? So yeah, you have to visit Lifira first to get the code. Otherwise, you won't be able to talk to him any further. Bukaru's eyes narrows at you. Then he blinks and nods. Code accepted, he says. What are you looking for? Assessing. Interesting. I'll make this pretty easy. He clears his throat, then begins to speak in a booming stentorian voice. Travel due north from where I now stand, on my adventurers until you come up against the northern mountains, and you shall turn east. And proceed until your path is again blocked. There, at the foot of the cliffs, you shall find a buried treasure for which you seek. He lowers his arms and looks at you. Pretty good, eh? Anyways, once you find it, you'll want to head off to the southeast, and then find the old ruined city of Akhten-Ka? Up in the mountains. Its location will be marked on the piece of the medallion that you find. Well, get going. Pretty good, eh? I can be a voice actor too. No, I can't, I'm just joking. So anyways, we're going to get the second piece of Medallion of the Wind. It's as easy as he says. Just go north, and if you can't go any further, then go east. But you can also find the location of the Medallion of the Wind on Galileo, or just follow me. And there it is, the Medallion of the Wind. The message will automatically pop up when you arrive this grid, so don't worry that you will miss it. And you dig it up, and we can also check in the inventory to see how it looks like. And the image is not loading. You try it again, it's still not loading. Sometimes the images in this game is bugged. It's a pretty old game, and I could understand that. We might check it later sometime. We're heading to Akhten-Ka now, the lost city. And if you want to grind out some levels, it's better to do this now than in the city. Because in that town there are some monsters that will give themselves group shielding. And they become that much tankier, it's so much slower to grind levels there. So just go hunting here if you need some levels. There's an NPC in the middle of the desert, and I'm just gonna skip his dialogue because he's then not that important to the lore. But if you're interested in what he will say, then you can pause the video or experience it yourself using my link to download this thrilling brand new RPG game available on PC, Android, and iOS. For legal reasons, that's a joke. I'm not sponsored by Neopets. We're seeing Ghost Loop again. Could it be foreshadowing that we're about to fight another Ghost Loop? Question mark? We are at Akhten-Ka now, and as you can see, there are monsters that can put group shielding and damage shields on, which is quite annoying to deal with. I tried this strategy to focus on one type of enemy first. Let's just say I kill off all the monsters that can cast group shielding, and then finish off the monsters that can cast damage shields, to try to prevent them from casting group shielding. But that usually doesn't work because they put on their shields quite early on in the battle. Overall, this map is quite annoying to grind levels with. So just get going and fight the boss. We'll get one more level to level 35 and we'll fight the boss. Oh wait, is that Coltzan's ghost? Coltzan's ghost looks at you sadly. It's not my will, but you must die, he attacks. Man, I love Coltzan. You visit Coltzan's shrine and you always gain a level, gain some strength, speed, or you get some goodies from him. He's a nice papa. Nice grandpa, you know? And Coltzan's goal in this Neoquest game is also quite a gentle boss. He can only cast haste on himself and heal himself for 150 per turn. If you are building your characters correctly, you should be able to outdamage his heals. And he will not heal every turn, so don't worry about it. I put a slow potion on him and basically, I'm already won. There's nothing he can do. Just slowly chipping him down, bit by bit. I mean, he can do some damage to Mipsy, 70 damage, that is quite menacing, quite scary, but we got heals, we got group shielding up, there's nothing we need to be too scared about him. Another heal, full health. After getting them, everything seems so easy. And I don't even need to heal with them, just blister him. Just 25. Mipsy, finish him. Brutality. Coltzan's goal withdraws from the fight. Then suddenly he becomes more solid, more real, but still a spirit. Thank you for releasing me from the evil grip, he says. Come, we have much to talk about. We got a wand and a bow. We can check our loot first. So our bow is... Oh, that's pretty good. 2 points in bow damage, 2 points in multiple targets. We need all 4 of them. And how about the wand? The wand is 2 slowing and 2 group direct damage. The slow is wasted. So I like the old one more. The old one is 2 points in group haste and 1 point in group damage. We can utilize all the 3 points. And again, the 1 damage doesn't really matter for Mipsy. King Coltzan says, I must thank you again for releasing my spirit from the grip in which it was held. As you may know, I died by poisoning some months ago. Really? I thought you died a long time ago. But I found myself again with life. After a fashion, I feel weird now. I find myself here, and I have not been able to leave this room. I also find myself forced to kill anyone and anything who entered this place. Even though I did not will it, my body moved of its own accord, striking down all who came here. But you have freed me somehow. Why are you here? Well, I guess Papa Coltzan doesn't know it either. It took me not long to discover the reason. In the barrel behind me lies a piece of what I think, if I'm not mistaken, the Medallion of the Wind. I suppose I was summoned to prevent anyone from acquiring it, as I guess that you are here looking for it. And my will is of my own now, so I will not hinder you no longer. There's no time to lose. I sense that you already have 2 of the other pieces. Take the third, combine it with the other 2, and it shall form a map showing you where to find the gem that the Medallion holds. The gemstone is what gives it its power. The rest of the Medallion is simply a device for holding the gem. Without the gem, it's just a hunk of metal. Approach the barrel, take the third piece, and then go. It is necessary to talk to King Coltzan completely after the fight and approach the barrel to take the third medallion for the story to proceed. Now we acquire all the Medallion. It shows the whole map of Lost Desert, and it also shows where the gemstone is. So in the next episode, we'll go retrieve the gemstone and solve all the crises in Lost Deserts probably. Thank you for watching again, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye.